Welcome to Bukhara, a city where history is alive at every turn and located at the center of the Great Silk Road. Together with Doca Tours, we will embark on an exciting tour of the historic Ark stronghold today, which is a representation of strength, might, and Uzbekistan's most extensive cultural legacy. The mysteries of palace life, the emir's secrets, and hundreds of years of uninterrupted history are all concealed behind these magnificent walls. Are you prepared to enter the ambiance of the past? Then buckle up, the tour is about to start. Click the bell and subscribe before we start. We have even more fascinating information on Central Asia and its breathtaking locations in store for you. Archaeologists estimate that the Ark Citadel was established far before the Arab conquest in the 4th century BC. It was more than simply a fort. It was a city inside a city, encircled by fortified walls, and inhabited by the rulers, their trusted advisors, sages, and warriors. It was first established, so the story goes, by the legendary hero Siavush, who erected the first fortress here. The imposing portal that welcomes us to the Ark Fortress instantly transports us to the era of ancient times and regal authority. A huge facade with 2 circular towers, joined by a gallery and an arched passageway is what greets you. Emir Muzaffar renovated this entrance in the 19th century, and it is still the Ark's defining feature. A mark of authority, the emir's banner frequently floated above the entryway. A ramp that leads up the paved road where guards once stood is located just past the gates. The emirs and their visitors used to arrive at the palace along this route. You enter an inner courtyard, a sort of ceremonial hall of a medieval fortress as soon as you climb. Here, you are welcomed with receiving areas for advisors and delegations, as well as a mosque from the 19th century with beautiful wood carvings. Ancient coinage, household objects, maps, and relics are on display at the Ark History Museum. The Ark's entry was regarded as a sign of authority until the 20th century. Not everyone was allowed to enter. Ordinary residents needed a specific decree to enter. The Ark History Museum displays ancient coins, household items, maps, and artifacts. Until the 20th century, the Ark's entrance was seen as a symbol of power. Not everyone was permitted to enter. Ordinary citizens could not enter without a special decree. The Juma Mosque of Ark, also known as the Mosque of the Emirs of Bukhara, is a modest but historically significant mosque located in the center of the Ark Fortress. It represented the monarch's spiritual power in addition to being a location for Friday prayers. Designed specifically for the Bukhara emir and his retinue, the mosque was constructed in the 17th century. It was guarded and locked, unlike mosques in cities. Only high-ranking guests and members of the governing class prayed there. You feel as though you have traveled back in time as you stroll through the Ark Citadel's winding, stone-paved streets. You can sense history here amidst the imposing walls and shadows of old structures. Then, after a few more steps, a breathtaking panorama of the old city of Bukhara appears in front of us. The domes of mosques and madrasas, including the Kalyan Minaret, the Miri Arab Madrasa, and the Toki Zargaron Dome, are visible from the top of the Ark walls, as are the roofs of old homes and minarets. From the Silk Road era until the present, this vista appears to provide a living narrative of the city. We proceed down the winding, narrow streets that appear to have been designed specifically to allow you to gently take in every aspect of the historic city. These streets in Ark like a maze with a new tale to tell at every corner. We now reach the Coronation Hall, one of the Citadel's most important locations. The inauguration of the Bukhara emirs was held here in a solemn setting. The most significant occasions in the Khanate's history, the declaration of sovereignty, oaths, and ambassadorial receptions, took place beneath the hall's lofty vaults, which were embellished with carvings and decorations. The coronation hall represented the authority and legitimacy of the sovereign and was more than just a formal setting. There, ancient rites from the Samanid and later Manghudi kingdoms were meticulously observed. Being here entails being on the exact location where the Bukhara Khanate's history came to an end. Between the 7th and 8th centuries, the Ark took on its current form, and between the 10th and 15th centuries, it underwent extensive reconstruction and expansion. Mosques, a library, reception rooms, a mint, a prison or zindan, and the emir's palace were all located there. In the 10th century, Ibn Sina, Avicenna, a great scholar and philosopher of the East who served at the court of the Samanid emir, worked in Ark. The Ark continued to be the home of the Bukharan emirs until 1920, just before the Red Army arrived. However, the castle was partially damaged during the airstrikes, which were initially deployed in Central Asia. However, the majority of its architectural features have persisted to this day. The Ark Citadel is one of the most significant historical sites in the Islamic East, and a prime example of early Middle Ages urban defensive construction, according to UNESCO and studies by the Institute of Archaeology of Uzbekistan. The Ark is now accessible to tourists. It has a museum with recreated rooms of the previous emir's palace, historical exhibitions, and ancient antiquities. We appreciate you staying with us and seeing this entire video. Stay with us if you want to explore Uzbekistan's old towns, culture, and history. There are still many great things to discover. The description of this video contains all the specifics. Till we meet again with Doca Tours.